Hello, everyone. I'm Adina, mental health counselor and creator of therapy tools designed to support healing and growth. Today, I want to address an important truth. You can't heal from trauma simply by yourself, or solely by reading a self help book, or even just by doing standard cognitive methods like CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. In this video, I'll explain why, introduce how experiential emotion-based work matters, drawing on AEDP, Accelerated Experiential Dynamic Psychotherapy, and how the book, It's Not Always Depression, offers a useful map, the change triangle, for engaging with core emotions. I'll end with how to take practical next steps. Let's start with the core message. Healing from trauma involves more than knowledge. You can learn about trauma, you can read books, you can study CBT skills, and these are worthwhile, but trauma leaves its mark in the body, in the nervous system, in relational patterns. Often trauma, whether capital T or little t, hangs out in places that were too overwhelming when they happened, so your system blocked them to protect you. When I say capital T, trauma, I mean things like abuse, neglect, major accidents or losses, things that threaten you, threaten your well-being in a major way, or those that care for you. But when I say little t trauma, I mean the frequent relational ruptures, invalidation, chronic shame, early emotional injury that often feels normal but still gets wired into your nervous system. Because these emotions were too big, too scary, too overwhelming at the time, your body, your mind said, I'll hold this down so you can function. That's not your fault. Your system did an adaptive job of protecting you. It kept you safe. It kept you going. But also there is a cost. Over time, that blocking of the core emotion shows up as anxiety, depression, shame, guilt, what we call inhibitory emotions. These inhibitory emotions signal that your full natural core emotions, which are sadness, anger, joy, fear, longing, have been inhibited, shut off, or frozen. So you need more than ideas. What you need is to be seen, to be with another safe, trustworthy person while you access and feel through what's been stuck. This is where AEDP comes in. AEDP, developed by Diana Fosha, is an experiential, relational, transformation-oriented therapy model. Here are some of the core ideas. Humans are wired for growth and healing, even when trauma has closed things off. AEDP calls this the transformance drive, and I think it's amazing. Healing happens not just by talking about trauma, but by experiencing the emotions in a safe, relational context and then transforming them so that the nervous system learns new experiences of regulation, connection, and aliveness. A key principle is undoing aloneness. That is, you don't heal in isolation, you heal in relationship. The therapist or other safe person that you're talking to becomes part of the corrective relational experience that you never had. What this means for you. When you work with someone trained in AEDP or similar experiential emotionally focused therapy modalities, you get to feel what you didn't get to feel within a safe container and then integrate it into your life with greater resilience. Now let's bring in Hilary Jacobs Hendel's It's Not Always Depression. This book introduces the change triangle, a simple but powerful map for engaging with core emotions, body states, defenses, and the authentic self. Here's a quick overview of the change triangle. At one corner, we have defenses. That's how we avoid or suppress core emotions. So for example, distraction, perfectionism, numbing, really anything. Keeping your house very clean and great stuff, being very social, or kind of the more common vices, alcoholism, shopping too much, etc. At another corner, the bottom corner, are the core emotions: sadness, anger, fear, joy, longing, etc. Then there's the authentic self, the layer underneath, being seen, being true, being in connection. When you're stuck in anxiety, depression, or shame, often you're in the defensive zone, Those are inhibitory emotions. They don't resolve. They're like a hamster wheel. You can be in them forever. Who wants to do that? Nobody. So we go over to defenses, trying to keep you safe from feeling those things, trying to keep you safe from feeling the core emotion you couldn't fully feel. This book invites you to pause, tune into your body, notice that emotion building, name it, allow it to move. It's like a wave, 30 to 90 seconds. Feel the sadness, feel the fear. Welcome it into your awareness. In therapy terms, this lines up beautifully with AEDP's emphasis on felt experience, relational safety, and transformation. If you can do that, you can move down into the state of your authentic self, where you're more calm, you're more clear, you're more confident. What I want to emphasize is this map is helpful, but if you do it alone without the relational container, you may still be missing the part of being held while you feel. It's one thing to read the book, use the map, notice your emotions. It's another to go into those emotions with someone and feel them, be witnessed, be invited to transformation. That's where the real healing happens. So what can you do practically? Number 1, find safe relational support. This might be a therapist trained in AEDP or another experiential modality of work, a trusted friend who can be present with you. The main feature is this: you feel seen, safe, and allowed to feel. Number 2, tell your story in that safe place. Clarify what happened, big T or little t trauma, and how your nervous system responded, shut down, numbed, or hypervigilant. Go into the emotion. When you feel a stuck feeling, anxiety, depression, shame, say what's underneath. Use the change triangle. Pause, breathe, feel the body sensations. Ask yourself, where do I feel tense? What feels stuck? Where's energy not flowing in my body? And ask it, what do you have to tell me? What are you trying to protect me from? And let that guide you. Allow that emotion into the room that's stuck. Then give your past younger self some kindness. This is the powerful part. You were little, you were young, no one protected you then. So now you imagine yourself back in that moment. Go there in imagination in your mind with your safe other person that you're with, and give your younger self some kindness. You know best what they need. A hug, or just someone to say, it's okay, I'm here for you, and it wasn't your fault. I love this part. This is so powerful. Imagination is 90% real to the brain. So you are rewiring your nervous system to have that missing experience of care and kindness and not aloneness in that moment of traumatic experience. You are literally rewiring over the harmful and traumatic experience. You'll never forget it, of course, but now there can be a related memory of kindness, acceptance, and redemptive healing associated with that same memory. Okay, next, anchor it into the present. As you show up now in adult life, when similar triggers arise, you don't have to feel stuck. You can pause, feel the nervous system connect back to that compassion, that moment of kindness that you offered your past self, and respond differently. So yes, you can read books like It's Not Always Depression, and you can learn CBT skills, and I believe those truly do help. We need them, actually. I think this all works beautifully in tandem. They're important in conjunction with having the relational healing experience. We do need to understand the theory and the why behind what we're doing to have the buy-in to do it, But to truly heal trauma, we also need that relational experience, that felt emotional experience, and compassionate rewiring. That's where AEDP points us. Thank you for being here. If this message resonates, I want to invite you to take the next step in your healing journey. A lot of people ask me how to move from just understanding their emotions to actually working with them. So I created a guided journal called How to Heal an Anxious Attachment Style. It walks you through step by step through connecting with your emotions, rewiring old patterns, and building self-compassion. Exactly the kind of inner work we talked about today. You can find it in my Etsy shop. Just search Minimalist Counselor on Etsy or check the link in the show notes. If you feel ready to take an even deeper step, reaching out to a therapist who works experientially with trauma, like AEDP, can be incredibly supportive. Sharing your story and allowing yourself to be with your feelings in that kind of space is profound work, and you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like a recommendation, you can find me and other therapists who work this way at My Counselor Online, where we specialize in helping people process trauma and build emotional resilience. I'll include a link in the show notes below. Be kind to yourself. Healing is possible, and every step you take matters. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. What emotion do you find most difficult to access? You can also catch bite-sized reflections and insights on Instagram. It's a small, passion-driven space where I connect with people exploring deeper emotional healing. And I think you will find it really grounding. Until next time, I'm Adina, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.